Dear valued investors, welcome to Market Insight BRI Manajemen Investasi. In this session, we'll explore the latest market updates and uncover emerging trends to help you make informed investment decisions. China Zone. The Caixin Manufacturing PMI for December will be released this week. It is expected to record 51.7, up from 51.5 in November, indicating that it remains in the expansionary phase. Indonesia Zone. M2 money supply in November grew 7% year-on-year and increased from 6.8% year-on-year in October. The growth indicates that economy activity remains on positive trajectory. The manufacturing PMI for December will be released this week, and it may enter the expansionary phase at 50, compared to the contraction phase in November at 49.6. Inflation data for December may also be released, with expectation of 1.4% year-on-year or 0.26% month-on-month increase, compared to 1.5% year-on-year or 0.3% month-on-month in November. Market view. Jakarta Composite Index increased by 0.75% week-on-week to 7,036.57. The JCI is expected to remain in a positive territory this week, as it has been weakening for almost 2 months. Appreciation of the Rupiah against the dollar should serve as a catalyst, as the current level of around 16,200 Indonesian Rupiah remains very weak. Foreign investors recorded net sales of 1.23 trillion Indonesian Rupiah over the past week, bringing the year-to-date inflow to 15.98 trillion Indonesian Rupiah. The three sectors with the strongest returns were healthcare, infrastructure, and transportation and logistics, which increased by 6.21%, 2.57%, and 2% respectively on a weekly basis. On December 27, 2024, the yield on a 5-year benchmark government bond, FR0101, flattened to 6.99%, while the yield on a 10-year benchmark FR0100 remained unchanged to 7.03%. The yield on a 15-year benchmark FR0098 decreased to 7.08%, and the yield on a 20-year benchmark FR0097 declined to 7.07%. The yield on a 10-year Indon bond, Indon 34, rose to 5.41%, while the 10-year U.S. Treasury yield also increased to 4.63% compared to their levels on December 20, 2024, which were 5.37% and 4.52% respectively. Indonesia's risk premium, reflected by the 5-year CDS, climbed to 76.57 basis points. Meanwhile, the Rupiah weakened slightly by minus 0.08% week-on-week to 16,235 Indonesian Rupiah. As of December 23, 2024, foreign ownership in the government bond market was recorded at 879.90 trillion Indonesian Rupiah, 14.58% of the total outstanding, a decline from its level on December 20, 2024, which stood at 880.78 trillion Indonesian Rupiah, 14.60% of the total outstanding. The Fed adopted an expansionary monetary policy in 2024, lowering the benchmark interest rate by a total of 100 basis points year-to-date. The U.S. economy remains on track for a soft landing, with growth projected at 2.5% year-on-year in 2024 and 2.1% year-on-year in 2025. Similarly, Bank Indonesia is expected to implement an expansionary monetary policy in 2024, which is anticipated to positively impact Indonesia's economic growth. The bond market is likely to respond positively initially, driven by improving macroeconomic conditions, followed by strong performance in the JCI. That concludes today's Market Insight. Stay tuned for more updates and follow us on social media. See you next week in the Market Insight BRI Manajemen Investasi.